Hello, welcome to this studio vlog. This is my first studio vlog that I'm uploading on this channel. It's a other type of video than my other videos. Most of my videos are about a particular project, but this art vlog is more about my art process, things that I make, materials that I enjoy. My cats, which one is on the background right now. And let me know if you like this type of content, if I should keep uploading these kind of videos where I share more about my art process, things that I make, etc. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. I want to talk a little bit about art block. This week haven't been feeling my best. I've been really tired, really in a bad mood, very somber, which is okay. You know, life, you cannot always be happy. I know I'm a person who can be really happy but also can feel a bit sad sometimes, but I can recognize that when I'm feeling more sad or when I'm less energetic, I can also experience art block, and it's a vicious cycle because making art actually really can help me mentally and can make me feel better. So I try to come up with ways to cope with my art block and to keep on trying to make art, and things that really help me with coming out of art block is one, having a sketchbook where it's okay that it's not pretty, or where you can just play around and make stuff that really doesn't look good, stuff like this, just being messy. My cat is visiting us. But it also helps me to swatch or make stuff. But a very concrete tip that I wanted to give you, not only focusing on having a sketchbook, but telling you a little bit what I like to make in my sketchbook. For me, it really helps to pick a subject that I know I feel comfortable in, but still gives me a lot of creative freedom to play around with. And for me, that is flowers. But maybe for you, it can be animals or landscapes or houses or socks or whatever it is. Or painting or art supplies or pots or chairs. It can be whatever you feel comfortable with. That is a go-to subject. Suspect, that's not the right word, but it is a go-to subject that I feel comfortable in this subject and I still have a lot of creative freedom, and for me that is flowers, because in my mind there are a lot of different ways you can paint a flower. There are a lot of different flowers, but also you have a lot of creative freedom when it comes to flowers. Flowers come in many shapes, forms, and colors. So painting flowers really helps me to get out of art block. And when you flip through my sketchbooks, you can find a lot of simple flowers or landscapes like this with using flowers, and it can bring me to a bigger piece like this piece, and then it can really help me to get back into the art making process and have a time that I enjoy myself. So having a subject like flowers really helped me. And also I am a person who really likes colors and experimenting with different granulating watercolors, and in this way I can just paint. And when it comes to flowers, you don't have to stick to the green leaves. You can just do whatever you want. Of course, it is your sketchbook. You can just use your fantasy, but you can of course also do a green leaf. It's up to you. It's you have totally creative freedom. Sometimes they don't go really well, but painting flowers is something that I always enjoy. Now, another tip that I want to give you to simplify it but also make it a good art practice is going for a value study. I believe there is another value study. No, there is not. Well, another great way to make it easy and accessible for yourself to get out of art block is to go black and white, to make a value study out of it. By simplifying your art supplies, you only need water, a brush, a sketchbook, and black watercolor paper. And black watercolors. Of course, you can use another color. You don't have to stick to black and white. You can also use a very dark green like Perylene Green, or a dark blue like Indigo. Let me take another sip. Or a color like Neutral Tint, who is also quite a dark color. But the important part is that the color that you pick, I wouldn't recommend picking a yellow, because in yellow you don't have a lot of variety when it comes to lighter and blacker colors. So pick a dark color. And what I did, I found these really cute pill holders in the thrift store, and in one there is a black watercolor by Winsor Newton. It's just called Black, I think. And in the other one I have an Indigo by Rembrandt. So I have these two, and it really helps to have them separate from your watercolor palette, because if you pick your watercolor palette, this is my palette at the moment, and there's no black in here, but let's say, for instance, there is an Indigo in here, I would pick one of the darker colors, which there are a lot of dark colors, but I would pick like this color, the Shadow Violet by Roman Schmal, and paint with it. It is very attractive to use a secondary color or maybe a third color. So it really helps to make it easy for yourself and to just have one little tin with a black watercolor paint in there to limit yourself, because I am and maybe some of you can relate, I really like to collect stuff. I've been that way since I can remember. I like to go to the thrift store. I like to collect things from like shelves, and I like to collect whatever I could find as a child. I always try to use things that would be garbage to create playhouses. So I really like to collect stuff, and I'm a bit of a treasure hunter in that way. And when it comes to art supplies, I have to admit I'm a bit of a collector too, and having a lot of choices in your colors, in your type of materials is nice, but sometimes it can be overwhelming and it can be hard to start. So that is why simplifying it to just a single medium, one color, you only need a sketchbook and water, can really help you to get out of art block if you feel overwhelmed. Yes, something super exciting. My table easel arrived today. I'm planning to make art on this, watercolor art in my sketchbook, and this is the brand that I got. Yeah. I found out that you can activate soft pastels with water. I didn't know that. Now that I know that you can reactivate the soft pastels with water, I want to show you the difference. So I have some bright neon colors by Easel, and then more muted colors by Rembrandt's. So this is Rembrandt's, and this is Easel. Now I'll show you. First off, the Rembrandt ones, and this is so nice. It's really nice to see how the water works together with the pigment, which that is what soft pastels basically are. And then this beautiful indigo color. So really, really beautiful. It's like almost like you just use watercolor, and then moving to the Easels, and then you can see that it definitely is not as good as the Rembrandt. So I thought they were, of course, I noticed that the Rembrandts were better, but I thought the difference wasn't as big as I am showing you now. So it actually made me more of a fan of the Rembrandt pastels, and made me aware that if I ever were to buy more, because in here I have all of the soft pastels that I own at the moment, if I ever were to buy more, I would definitely go for the more expensive ones like Rembrandt, because they're just so nice with water, and I like to work mixed media, so using water just makes sense for my style and the aesthetic that I want to achieve. So yeah, this is what I mean. It left some pigment in the water. Let me show you. Just using it and then putting it into the water, and it didn't resolve. But when I use this pink color from Rembrandt's, which is obviously a different shade of pink than the bright neon pink here, it's like so different. It's really, this is a beautiful color activated with water. It's like a millennial pink or a vintage pink. Stunning. And I can show you some of the some blending as well. Like dry, they work quite nice. Like you can just easily blend them. But when I use the water again, it doesn't work. It's like spreading around dry pieces of pigment. And now let's choose two colors that have high contrast. So I have this grayish blue and then a pale color. Beautiful combination. And then using the water. Yeah, that is so different. See, I should have used more light than dark. Yes, That's so nice. Really, really nice. I'm having so much fun in my sketchbook with the soft pastels by Rembrandt. I just put them down like this, so scribbling them randomly and then using the water to activate them and blend them. I really like the effect. I want to do some sort of moody, cloudy sky effect. So let me hold the camera. Try my best to hold it still. Now grabbing a brush and not overworking it so I can leave the texture as much as possible and just spreading the pigment very randomly. Comes down here. So I like it. Yes, I like it. It is Saturday night and I'm home alone, sitting in my art space. I'm watching some videos of the average artist, which I really like her videos. I have some cold water because here in the Netherlands we have a heat wave at the moment. It's very hot. So I've already took like 2 showers, but cold showers. I did some sketches here with this pencil, which I really enjoy using. It's a pit graphite matte pencil, which means that it is a matte graphite pencil, so not your regular shiny pencil, but a matte version. And now I'm transforming it to this one. I really like this sketch. To watercolor paper, and this is the Fabriano watercolor paper. Also working on this wood thing that I got last week. So yeah, I'm going to transfer that. I'm going to use watercolor and gouache. I am going to use a dark blue and orange color palette. So very, very curious on how it is going to turn out. You could say that I'm getting inspired by my little cat. My boyfriend has decided that he wants to have this space, which I'm totally fine with, because then I get part of the living room and then he can isolate himself and work from home in a relaxed way. So now the house is looking like this, which is chaos. And he's under the table. In my next video, I will share with you the end result of our little home makeover. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I hope to see you in my next video. Have a nice day. Bye!